Tokyo and Osaka are Japan's best-known big cities, but every May, 2 million Japanese flock to Fukuoka for one of the country's oldest and biggest festivals. Fukuoka is truly one of Japan's hidden gems. Tonkotsu ramen was invented here, and the broader food scene is phenomenal. Fukuoka is the most populous city on Kyushu Island, the most southerly of Japan's 4 main islands. We stayed in a 3-star hotel near the main Hakata station. Nearby, there was of course a 7-Eleven and an underground connecting tunnel back to the train station. It has one of the biggest shopping complexes we'd ever seen. Including a massive Daiso, our favorite discount store worldwide. And just a block away, Yodobashi Camera Multimedia is one of the best electronics stores in the world. A few blocks away from the train station, Canal City is another mall. And every hour on the hour most of the day, they have a water fountain show. Check the mall website for the exact schedule. The windows on the opposite side of the fountain belong to the Grand Hyatt Fukuoka. A few more blocks from the station, Hochoji Temple is famous for the largest wooden seated Buddha statue in Japan. As a working temple and monastery, no photos are allowed in the main temple. There's also a small fee to see the Buddha, with no photos. Oh well. If you wander around Hakata Ward, there are some interesting spots to find, like Goody's Soul Music Bar on Nakasu Island. But the southern tip of the island has no photography signs everywhere, as it's a red light district. Nakasu Island also has Fukuoka's famous food street, though we never went there as the area around Hakata Station had more than enough options for us. Of course, there are places to get Tonkotsu ramen, invented in Hakata in 1937. One ramen place was hugely popular, but we could browse their menu while in line. And there was an English menu when we sat down. They had a ramen and beer or whiskey highball combo, so that's what we went with. There is also a wonderful little izakaya with a small but delicious menu. We found a few breakfast options, simple, delicious, and cheap. And there's always the incredible 7-Eleven food. One night, we were in the mood for sushi and found a place with a happy hour. The sushi was incredible, and at the end of our meal, the chef left us a postcard with a handwritten note, so we had to come back. There were so many desserts. The sweet and creamy Japanese sweet potato featured in many. And one shop was handing out free samples of their caramel cakes. Their caramel galettes were amazing. But Fukuoka is famous for two specific treats. The fluffy bean-filled Hiyoko sweet was created in a Fukuoka suburb in 1912, 40 years before the marshmallow peep. Though we were told that the Hakati Toriman, also with bean paste, was the top Hakata souvenir. Though for our taste, the caramel galette was the best. Food in general was very affordable for our 1 week in Fukuoka. Fukuoka has a limited and crowded metro system, so the buses were much more convenient to use. And we could pay with our prepaid Ikoka card. Tap on in the back, tap off in the front. West of Hakata Station, Fukuoka has some popular parks with a very useful English guide and map. We started with Maizuru Park. The park was built on the ruins of Fukuoka Castle. Demolished in 1871 at the beginning of the Meiji period. We were late for the cherry blossom season, and, it seemed, a bit early for wisteria season. We noticed a nearby dedicated peony garden that didn't impress us at first, but as we got deeper in, the peonies were spectacular. Walking through to the next park, there were some wonderful shelters for picnics and cookouts. And gorgeous trees that lined a sizable lake. A torii gate north of the lake marks the entrance to the third park that we visited, a top spot for cherry blossoms earlier in the spring. About halfway up the hill, a lone statue honors Hirano Kuniomi, a local progressive samurai who advocated for the overthrow of the Tokugawa shogunate, but he was executed just 4 years before the shogunate fell. The park has many kilometers of trails running around wooded hills. Atop the main hill of the park, the Rumo Shrine is dedicated to the ancestors of the lords of Fukuoka Castle. There was a lot of construction, but the shrine still had a serene, peaceful vibe. And across a bridge, past another wisteria terrace, you can get a bit of a view of the port and city. Closer to Hakata Station, Tenjin Central Park is host to the annual 2-day Hakata Dontaku Festival, so large that it requires multiple venues. The second was in front of Hakata Station. There was TV coverage and uniform-clad corporate teams working and participating at the festival. It rained most of day one, But that didn't keep the crowds away. As mostly community groups performed on the stage. Day 2 was wonderfully sunny, so we went to the main performance stage at Fukuoka City Hall, close to Tenjin Central Park. The first performance was a cheer squad from Fukuoka University. That finished strong with a taiko drum. The next performance was an entertaining demo by a Kenpo martial arts school. But these two women gave the best performance. From there, it was on to the park because it was lunchtime. There were plenty of cooked meats on sticks, takoyaki octopus balls, potato spirals, like almost every festival in the world, and desserts. The stalls weren't all about food, but we were there for seafood on a stick, and we saw one of our favorites, okonomiyaki. But then we found okonomiyaki on a stick, which was a total game changer. While we were in Fukuoka, we took 3 day trips, which we're covering in upcoming videos.